Welcome back, everyone, and we have our first sit-down chat for the show. Claudia, welcome.
Thank you, Zoe.
Now, this is our daily inspiration. So what do you have for us today?
Zoe, today we're going to talk about a very important topic and an aspect of our lives, and that's setting healthy boundaries. So the reason why healthy boundaries are so important for us is it affects our mental and physical health and our emotional health and well-being. So if we overlook our boundaries and allow people to push our boundaries, obviously we're not going to find ourselves in a very happy space, are we?
No.
When we allow people to overstep that boundary or that line that we draw in the sand,
Yes.
we need to just have a look at ourselves. Okay, because as hard as that may sound, is we need to just check in with ourselves and saying, okay, well, how did that happen? How does this person keep pushing my buttons and getting away with certain things, or occupying a lot of my time, or not showing up when they're supposed to, or overloading me with work, or just being too demanding on me? All right, it's when we actually allow them to overstep the line.
Yeah.
So by not putting boundaries in place and sticking to the outcome and the consequences of that, of pushing that boundary, what we're doing as individuals, we're actually creating the expectation of, I can push that boundary. If I push this a little bit harder, or I am more demanding, or I want to take more from this person, I can do it because I know that they're going to just, throw
They're
it.
just gonna take it, yeah.
Exactly. So what then tends to happen is that we are the ones that have to absorb all the pressure that goes with it.
Yes.
As individuals, we become overwhelmed, we feel unhappy, we become stressed out, and then we always like complaining maybe about the people around us. It's this boss or the child or the teacher or my partner, whatever relationship you're in.
Yes.
Life is about relationships.
It is.
And if we set those healthy boundaries to say, okay, this is what I can accept, and this is as far as I'll allow this to go,
Yes.
then we become more sort of free to be ourselves, because boundaries should actually be aligned to what we value in life.
Definitely.
All right, so if we value our time and we need to get through a whole lot of things and we want to achieve certain things and be happy within ourselves and be able to do all the things that we want to do in that day, then we need to say no to certain things.
I think it's the people pleaser in all of us, that we just want to help, and then at some point people have stepped over the boundaries ages ago, and just the pressure and the stress can be quite tremendous.
Oh, for sure. People pleasers definitely are the ones that get the short end of the stick here, because it's just giving and giving and giving. And those empath type people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've got people who aren't necessarily want to please others, but maybe they're just not as confident in themselves to be able to say, no, I can't allow
Enough is
this.
enough.
Yeah. And so the important thing here is to just, first of all, understand your own boundaries as individuals.
Yes.
Okay, this is the starting point, and say, okay, well, what do I value? What do I value in terms of time? And I mean, it can be a financial boundary, is how much are we going to spend on certain things, or how much do I allow myself to spend on things? So boundaries are for ourselves as well.
Definitely.
We need to know, what, if I overeat and I continue like this and I don't exercise, what's going to happen to me?
Yeah.
What boundary do I set for myself? So some boundaries will then be, you can communicate. So you say to a person, look, this is what I accept here. I can't accept any other behavior or, whatever you're demanding of me. This is where I draw the line. For example, a work situation.
Yes.
Where life has become very demanding. People,
It has.
bosses, and tend to want to get as much as they can out of individuals, because of that's just the way business works in some instances. So a person, they will continuously demand if you're the one that keeps giving.
Yes.
But as an individual, if you say, look, I've got to draw the line here. I have a life, and this is how much I can help you out.
Yes.
This is what I can absorb. I can work during these hours. Those hours are mine. It's my family time.
Yes.
Draw the boundary. Draw the line.
Definitely.
Okay. When people overstep that, you haven't drawn the line deep enough.
Yes, no, I agree. And it's so important to have those boundaries to protect ourselves. We can have that downtime to just shut down, even in the evenings. Once the kids are asleep, I like to have like an hour to myself, just
Yes.
completely chilled. But that was
That's
very
fabulous.
informative, and I think it's very important for people to, especially for myself. We have kids, we have work, so many obligations.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
very important. It helps balance our life.
It balances your life. It creates respect and trust amongst people.
Yes.
People know where they stand with each other, and they can just together we can have a happy, joyful life and relationship
phenomenal.
and be successful.
That's phenomenal. I think we can all learn from that. Thank you so much for coming in again.
Great,
I look forward to
Zoe.
seeing you again soon. And y'all stick around. We're going to have a little ad break, and then we will be back.